all your hairstyles. It reminds me of like the Supremes. Give me very Supreme regal looking. So I was like doing my little thing, you know.
Thanks, girl.
Happy Saturday. What we're going to be talking about will not be regal at all. There is no regalness in any of this. His face, and I hope you can actually see his full face because he is ready. Like, he is ready to go. So happy Saturday to those of you who are joining us live and those of you who will be listening to us on Radio Regent. I don't know, it was really extra. And iHeartRadio. Before we go into the topic called Fourth Baby Mama, we are going to introduce ourselves. I know Carcia's, listen, Carcia and Telly's face right now says a lot. And Rob's like, I'm trying to like smile. Please come back if you're not watching this live and see the beginning of their faces because it's hilarious. But go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Yes, just know that we are not mad at y'all. But after today's topic, you're going to reevaluate some decisions, okay? You're going to reevaluate. Thank you for joining us here on It's Not Your... what? It's not? Not your... Listen, there's just too much going on in my brain right now. However, my name is Carcia. I'm excited to be here with my friends here in the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. We are excited to be here. Radio Regent, thank you for giving us this platform. We are going to talk about some serious mess. And that's what we do here at Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Black perspective on all the foolishness that's going on in the internet, in the pop culture of the world. Thank you for joining us. Telly, what's going on, girl?
Too much is going on. That's the problem. Hey, guys. My name is Telly. I'm so glad to be here with my girl and guy group. We are here to lay down the foundation because clearly none of y'all have, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. All I know is that this topic is, it leaves you speechless and makes you really worry about the future of Black people. I'm sorry, but you know what? Anything can be saved, and that's what the four of us are going to do today. We're going to see if we can help guide some of y'all and to steer clear of the foolishness that we're about to talk to today. But you know what, Shiva, girl, go ahead, girl. Tell me.
I'm Sheba. They call me Sheba, and I'm not anybody's fourth baby mama. I wouldn't have signed up for it. Not a list I want to make. I'm not anybody's fourth baby mama. I am the mother of someone's child, his first. That is it. I'm going to make my partner in crime introduce himself.
Probably 3 times. Men, we might be winning some battles, but we are losing this culture war. And I did not realize how badly until this last week.
So, we're going to talk about 2 things. We're going to leave the second thing. The show is called Fourth Baby Mama. It has been inspired by Summer Walker's new album, Still Over It, where she makes a song about being London on the tracks. Fourth Baby Mama. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know why that's a thing. But before we go then, we're going to talk about a lady who gets a lot of crap on the internet. And again, there's the internet where one finds useful information and the internet where all the garbage resides. So Brittany Renner gets a lot of crap on the internet, and they've been calling her R. Shelley and so forth and so on.
That's funny.
Now, here's my thing. Brittany Renner was a grown woman who had a baby for a grown man. Whatever we'd like to say about her, I don't see this woman as a predator. This was a 22-year-old man who slept with a 28-year-old woman, and they had a baby. So it is very interesting that Brittany Renner having a child, a first child for a man, gets more flack, but a woman who had a 4th child for a man and is his 4th baby mama got 200 and something million streams. Ladies?
So, I'll start with this. So, you know, Brittany Renner, we talked about her on the show before. She is an influencer. She has gotten a lot of flack for the way how she chooses to put herself out there, you know, and I'm a person that believes that, you know what, at the end of the day, you gotta be you. I might not agree with who you are, but you got to be you. As long as you're being your authentic and true self and you're doing you for you, not to be all about us validating you, but you need to be about you. I don't actually have a problem with you. Now, Brittany Renner, I feel honestly a lot of the hate that goes towards her is based on the fact that she's pretty. I really do. I think people hate her because she is in shape. She's out here getting paid to show up at places because she's gorgeous. And we know how we can be as Black people. Even I'll go deeper, as Black women. We tend to hate on each other when we either level up or, you know, we get fit, we decide to be healthy, we make the right choices for our body. You can always kind of count on your sisters to say, oh, you think you bet? Like, we all know. I don't even need to go deep into it. And I think that's what's happening with Brittany here. Because, I mean, as funny as our Shelly is, or whatever it is, that's funny, but come on. Like, she is definitely not out here.
She was not
grooming
a grown man to give her a baby.
Like, he wasn't 12 and she wasn't 40 at the time when they slept together. So that narrative is silly. That's ridiculous. But she's pretty. So they want to punish her in a sense. And yes, has she made bad decisions? Sure. Being naked on the cover of your book with an apple, saying that you should hide your sons, that stuff, she shouldn't have did it. But it's not that serious. That's all I gotta say.
This whole thing to me is crazy because this is like what people choose to lock into and move off of is, okay, to me, this whole story started with PJ said something along the lines of she was faking it all along or something. He had 20, how old?
He's 23 now.
23-year-old young man who just is dealing with the failure of a relationship with someone he just had a child with. That's very vague and ambiguous at best. And people just took that and made up a narrative. Now, there's a few things I do know about just how families and especially sports, like when you get to the NBA, your family is pretty insular, i.e., they try to protect you from certain things. They try to keep you away from certain things. And so and they're going to try to guide you towards certain things. That child's name is PJ Washington III. There's no way Brittany can name that child that without his support, his mama support, probably his grandmama support because he's 20-something, and the rest of the family. So if this was really such a sketchy situation as it was made out to be, why has none of the family come out and piled onto her?
There's that part. We're on the radio, so we can't have pauses too long.
Yeah, it was a legit relationship. It was a relationship where it was implied that it would be a future. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like, you know, like what do you have to say about it, Telly?
Telly's face is just like.
Honestly, I agree with what you guys are saying. I mean, it's just she's very pretty. She's very fit. She's living her best life. Her name has been attached to a lot of very successful rappers and sports stars. We know our people already, a lot of us Black women especially. Oh, how dare he goes and gets Drake? How dare she knows of Colin Kaepernick? How dare she? We know how this is. I agree with what you guys are saying where, you know, something she has said, she should not have said. PJ coming out and saying, oh, you know, I've been tricked. It's like, okay, child, sit down.
Tricked into doing what?
Because you knew who she was before you even got into her panties. Right. So
we all knew.
Put that aside.
It's like the Kim Kardashian thing. We know who you are.
You know who you are.
You share who you are every day.
And like Rob was saying, his whole family checkpoint to this child being named after him, letter for letter for letter.
Legacy pass.
So it's kind of funny that she now has to do this world tour Like Shiva, you were even saying to us that she even in like the national, New York
The New
Post
York Post.
had to do a story on it. Like this has gone from just little story in the Black community to like
A global
The
thing.
New York Post.
international news, and it's just kind of like, okay, what's next? Like, how long is this going to be dragged out for?
And let me add, and this was in the words. I don't have the article because we're going to move on to the other ridiculousness, but. In Brittany Renner's own words, if I was going to trap a man, I would have trapped one with more money than PJ. She's been attached to James Harden. James Harden's contract is definitely more than PJ's. Okay, and it's been renewed several times. So if she was going to be trapping a man, it wouldn't have been the rookie with the rookie contract. It would have been a James Harden. It would have been a Trey Songz. It would have been a Drake. She's been attached to Colin Kaepernick. If she really was this type of woman to trap a man, I think she was a woman who unfortunately falls in love quickly and doesn't vet the man that she's with because she wants love. She wants love. She wants a family. She wants all of that. And if you have not watched it, please watch Brittany Renner's interview with Kevin Samuels. It was very well done. This is a woman who, at the end of the day, knows who she is as a person. She understands the repercussions of the actions that she's having. And this was a woman, like it or not, who fell in love with someone who wasn't able to give her the life she thought she was signing up for. That's unfortunate. I think they should have spoken a lot more about what was expected on both sides, but that is the reality. She owns the fact that I fall in love quickly and I don't necessarily do the thing. She said, yo, if I'm a gold digger, I'm a really bad one. She said it with her own words. Like, I suck as a gold digger. I'm a really bad gold digger. Twins Inc., I think, has something to say. Y'all want to read that for me?
She waited for him to sign his new contract.
She was like, stop the cap.
It still isn't a James Harden contract. Like, listen, if I'm really a gold digger, I'm gonna dig real deep. Let's be serious. People can say whatever they want about Kim Kardashian. When she finally married for a long time, because we know this is her third marriage, look who she married. Kanye West. Is Kanye West not a billionaire at this point?
A multi-billionaire by this point. He's very rich.
He's hella rich. He is
with a lot more money coming.
She had 4 babies for him. She had 4 babies. So she's attached to Kanye forever, ever. So let's be clear. Again, call Kim Kardashian what he was. She was strategic. Brittany Renner fell in love. She didn't vet the situation. She now has a baby. She's got to deal with it. I think y'all need to put some respect on this girl's name. I think y'all want to stream Summer Walker, but want to talk badly about Brittany Renner in the streets. It doesn't make sense to me. Pick a side, pick a side.
I'm with you on that part, right? It just doesn't make sense to vilify this girl, and who clearly comes off as like intelligent. When she was on that show, one thing that she did is when he pointed out like maybe that her thinking wasn't as clear as she was thinking that it was, she was able to reconsider that and backpedal a little bit and say, you know what, Kevin, maybe you're right. And Summer Walker ain't got none of that energy.
Yeah, we're going to go straight to Brittany Renner. Do you, girl?
Yeah,
we got 4 people who support you.
She's intelligent, obviously. Like,
listen, we're team Brittany Renner.
Around here.
Girl, we hope you find a man. We don't know who he's gonna be, but find somebody and
she's growing. I think she's growing and tapping into her inner wisdom, and she's going to be okay. I think she's gonna be fine because she has an open mind to accept what she needs to do. And if everyone has that mindset, we're all gonna be all right. We are worried about y'all who are closed-minded and choose to do absolutely nothing.
I think the scary part of this whole thing is that everyone is in her business, but not in their own business. So maybe they can leave her alone and mind their own. Like, well, at least she knows who her baby daddy is. Half of y'all don't even know who your baby daddies are. So maybe y'all should figure that out and leave the poor woman alone. Move on with it.
Okay. Wow. Yes. Okay. What Telly said. Now. So Summer Walker's new album recently came out. Still over it, and the internet, because the internet doesn't care. but the internet has been abuzz with her Bitter Bitch album is what I'm calling it, because that's literally, I've had the misfortune of having to listen to it and then reading the lyrics through the misfortune is what I'm going to call it. I felt like my ears were bleeding after. She is no Mary J. She is no Keisha Cole. She is definitely not no Erykah Badu or whatever people seem to be. She is none of that. She is a confused, angry, bitter woman who has a platform in order. And good for her. If you're going to be bitter, have a creative platform. And that's what she's done. Rob, I never hold him that.
For the remainder of this conversation, can we refer to her as a girl? Because if she's going to be defined as a woman, I think that that's really why there's so much problem of what's going on in the state of these culture wars that we're talking about, all of that. I don't think she fits the definition of woman emotionally. She sounds like a little girl.
Yes, she does. I listened to the album, and to me, it just sounded like a 14-year-old depressed child that's having a temper tantrum. And I didn't finish it. And I was like, you know what? This is too much.
You know, Summer Walker, I remember when I first heard about her, and in the music industry, she would still be classified as a newer artist. There are people that are new artists that have been around like for decades, like someone like a Lizzo, who has literally been around for probably 10 years before Summer Walker. Summer Walker is coming from, you know, we have this kind of new R&B deal. We have SZA, we've got Ariana and Lennox, we have Summer Walker. To me, Summer Walker has always displayed herself as somewhat of a broken girl who writes about being broken, but she doesn't do it in the way in which some of the people Toshiba mentioned.
Mary J.
You know, one of my personal favorites, Keisha Cole, who I believe is the queen when it comes to that genre of sad R&B,
breaking up and
heartbreak. Yeah, I hate love.
Her Mary
Keisha Cole is like queen, like like. you hear the heart crying when you listen to their music. Summer, I don't know what is up because you know she's gone out and the little money that she's made, she's used it to like totally change her body. And if you follow her on Instagram, you see she'll do things that are just like, girl, like, what are you doing? And she's a mom. She's a mom.
Okay. So, listen, I think people no longer listen to words. Do you remember there was a time in music that you really listened to the words? Like, even on a hip-hop song, like a DJ would drop a song and then he'd pause the song at a certain point because everybody felt that like it was a hit, like that whatever that lyric is, like when Nas put out Ether, like it was like people were like, whoa. And when Drake put out Back to Back, people had to stop in the club like, whoa, because they listened to the word. And they don't even, they listen to what came before and they listen to what come after. I, again, had the misfortune of having, poor Rob had to listen to me read some of it. So we're focusing on the song Fourth Baby Mama, but she has her album cover and it has dates on it. And I think the dates indicate kind of when that song was inspired or created, whatever it is. So the first song on her album is called Bitter. And I want to read some of Bitter's lyrics. And I'm going to read some of Fourth Baby Mama's lyrics. And I want you to hear. And honestly, it's very tough because please, people, teach your children how to write properly. It gave me a headache, but nonetheless. Okay. So this Summer Walker song starts with, the chorus is, a bitter yeah, mad at me, mad at my nigga, mad at the fact he ain't with you, mad at the fact that it's me, but this shit bigger than me and you alone. So while you putting on for the shade room and Insta, Bitches just be looking for attention. That is the chorus of this song, Bitter, the first one on her album. Verse 1. Trust me, you can get it. Pull up whenever you know I'm with it. Don't get it twisted. Nothing like none of these bitches, but sometimes I get in my feelings. As in none of these bitches, she's referring to the 3 previous baby mamas. Okay. Sometimes I know I be tripping, but why these hoes all in our business? How he don't care about his children? How's he supposed to be there? Y'all won't let him get them. How you posted like that on the gram for 1,000? I bet you can't post a picture. Wondering if you even know this bitch for real, London. Did you screw this bitch for real? Baby on that groupie shit for real. And I know she thought she struck when she let a nigga fuck. Man, that bitch is looking stuck. And I bet you when you came that she thought she came up. Now that bitch is feeling dumb. She probably thought it came with $1 million. She probably thought you changed how she living. Probably thought that dick came with the fame and the riches. Part I want to focus on is the line. Okay, I just wondered if you guys hear that. But the line said, how he don't take care of his children, how's he supposed to be there? Y'all won't let him get them. Okay? First baby mama.
Oh.
That is track now number 19. Track number 19 states, I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your ass. You know you ain't shit, but she don't care cause you lit. Paying for trips, cars, bags, and bought the crib. But she ain't never call you out cause she liked the way that she lived. But that's some foul shit. She wasn't even around when you ain't have no money. That's why I find it funny. I guess that guilt hit hard, been gone for so long. That's why she makes excuses for all your wrongs. Now what's the point in keep on having kids if she just gonna be raising them? That's just pure laziness. I don't get it. Is you trying to keep up with Thug? Is you racing him? Crazy how you really think that shit's cute, be embracing on it. It really don't get no worse than you because you ain't even got the nerve to stand up on your word. Now, the chorus to the song, if you are an old school R&B head like me, it's Profile, and the song is Liar. And it's the tell me why you do this to me after we made plans for a family. A liar, a cheater, a deceiver, a heartbreaker. That's literally her. So, how did he go from a loyal father who wasn't able to see his other 3 kids because the baby mamas wouldn't let them see him, to all of a sudden you saying to the world that your child's grandmother should have slapped the hell out of her father? I don't know what I have to say.
Wow.
Wow. To me, the most troubling bar is the very, very first line of "I should slap your mama." Like, and I asked her when she said that, I was like, are not women raised to respect older women anymore? Because I tell you what, if one of my partners punched an old man in the face, I'll punch him in the face.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I should have slapped your mama.
So you're gonna slap a grown man, mama?
What?
That is so problematic to me. That, and again, this little girl is clearly was not raised on respect.
No.
And the line again Rob is speaking about is, I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your ass. No, you ain't shit, but she don't care because you lit. This is her child's grandmother.
That's what
I want to start with your mama. She should have, like, first of all, what does his mama have to do with you laying down, taking his cum, taking his sperm, deciding to have and be a 4th baby mama? When was his mother part of that decision ever? Ladies, when has your child's grandmother been a part of the decision for you to be baby number ... Why are you mad at that man's mama?
Exactly.
And
What does she have to do with it?
Summer, what your mom got to say about your situation? Like, you worried about that man's relationship with his mama, but how's your mom looking at your behavior? Like, your decision to have her first grandchild with a man with four. I mean, to be number four. So your first kid got 3 older brothers and sisters.
Let me be. I'm gonna be very clear. I said it on our other show this week. Had Rob had so Rob has 4 kids with 2 different women. Had both of them been baby mamas, I wouldn't be sitting here. One was a wife. He had children in the confines of a marriage. That is what is expected of one to do.
Exactly.
His first 2 children are with his wife. They got married. There was a ring, legality. He had 2 other kids with another woman. Had they both been baby mamas, I would not be sitting here. On top of that, if Rob ever tried to come to me and say, yo, our relationship is so great, we really should create a kid together, I would look at him like he's crazy and laugh in his face. So I can do what? Because ladies, let's remember something. When the relationship ends, then little liabilities get to come with you. So unless you're going to leave baby with the daddy, you got to take that reminder of the man whose mama you said you're going to start with because she should have whooped his. The baby comes with you. I don't want any reminders of if this relationship ends. I don't want it. Children are the biggest reminder of your mistake.
Amen.
Sorry.
All of that.
Children are for building a family. I already have a family. She already has a family. We are a blended family. We just did a special on blended families. Like, she even alludes to it. Like, I thought we were going to have a family. Then why weren't the confines of a family already present before you started having children? Like, I'm not a big, like, I never understood the significance of marriage until I got older. And I definitely didn't understand the significance of protecting your seed. Like, I always looked at it like it's a woman's responsibility to protect her womb. But since women clearly aren't doing that out here in these streets, I think we have to start raising our sons to protect their seed just as much.
Yes,
absolutely.
Because these women will take your seed and have a child indiscriminately, talking about it's my body, it's my baby, it's all of that other stuff, until they feel like it's convenient to hold you responsible.
Yeah, and then use it against you.
Yep.
They take something that's a blessing and make it as a weapon. They weaponize their own children to make men feel horrible.
So you want a family, but didn't demand a ring.
A house, a commitment.
Any sort of commitment. Because if they signed a mortgage, that would be a commitment.
That's a big
financial commitment is a big motivator for good behavior.
So you wanted a family.
Not a contract. Y'all are both artists. But there's another point that Summer is very different on, and that's what I wanted to make, is like, there's like, to me, when it comes to female artists, I look at the 3, they're the kind of the pillars of the establishment. You got Nicki Minaj, you got Beyonce, you got Rihanna. Ain't none of them never slept with a producer.
They're smart.
Why are you mixing
They know that.
this music? You said you wanted this music career your whole life. So why are you sleeping with a dude and confusing and having a family? Like, why are you mixing don't everyone advise you not to do that?
Oh, yes.
The artists, can you guys speak? Because you guys are artists with music out streaming on Spotify and other streams. Come on, ladies.
Do y'all go around hopping in the bed with your producers?
It's the first thing that when we were young and we wanted to get into music, our dad warned us, because our father was in the music industry as well as a session bassist. And he was even in a band at some point. And he said, I'm going to tell you this, do not with any of these producers. He's like, don't. He's like, it's the classic, and it's true, it's the classic storyline the singer ends up with the producer who has no mind for any sort of commitment. And I find it so funny because Summer's doing something that a lot of singers do, which is write about, you know, breakups, past relationships. But in the way in which she has done it, it is so, like, you have Taylor Swift and then you have Summer Walker. And I don't love Taylor Swift. People know this. I don't like her. I'm like, however,
Not a lot of relationships for producers too.
She knows how to take a relationship, write it down on a piece of paper, and when you read it, you have no idea who she's singing about. You read it and you're like, yeah, this sounds really sad. Wow, this is a sad love song about, you know, some girl's heart who's been broken. And then it ends up on the top 40. This album is a bit too, I don't know. I really do think
messy.
It's messy.
It's very messy. But, you know, it's funny because I remember when I was reading an interview with Rihanna and someone asked her, what's the most important thing a new artist should take with them into the music industry? And she said, a lawyer. Don't go around sleeping with your producer. Don't go around sleeping with your mixing engineer. Do not, and I repeat, do not sleep with your manager. If you need some reminder, go and find Stevie J from ATL Love and Hip Hop and rewatch them. You'll see what happened with his artists. Do not do that. Don't do it.
Do you know
what out of it? That's good.
Yeah, it's so cliche.
Girl that's like I read her because I decided, you know how I'm nosy as hell. So I decided to find her and scope her out on the internet, finding out what's on about her. In 2016 to I think 2018, she had a little cleaning business.
A cleaning business.
Yes, and then she was doing the poll for a little bit that while there too.
With her social anxiety.
Yeah, with social anxiety, canceling a whole tour because she was unavailable and she was very afraid to sing in front of people and talk to people.
Yeah, her introverted personality and social anxiety cannot coexist in order to go on.
It popped up all of a sudden.
All of a sudden. But it was all right when she found London on the Track. And I mean, there's that old saying, shame on you to fool me once, baby mama number one. Shame on you to fool me twice, baby mama number two. Shame, but 3 times, baby mama number 3. What did Summer Walker expect?
Yeah, after 3, that should have, like...
Here's the thing. Summer Walker did more research on her surgeon than she did on London on the Track and had a whole baby with him. And she didn't do that much research because her freaking plastic surgery looked horrible. Okay? Yeah. So we clearly know she doesn't do a lot of research on things that go on inside of her body. Okay? You have sperm going in your body, you didn't research the men, and you got doctors who are making you look absolutely ridiculous. Because I don't care what, and I hope this goes right. She looks ridiculous. Her surgeons did not do a great job. She is 24, 25 years old, looking like a 35-year-old plastic white woman who should be on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like, she just, it looks absolutely great. So before I go on, and we take a break, let me just read verse number 2 before Garcia takes us into the break. This is verse number 2 of Fourth Baby Mama. Damn, I ain't no niggas be out here trying to trap bitches. Never took me nowhere lavish till you seen Drake hop on the track with it. If you ask me, you was acting whole time, just acting. You ain't give a fuck about me. You was just trying to cash in. Only buy me nice shit big day just for Instagram flashing. Trying to get your likes up. Now you a clout addict. Gotta let niggas know that you have it. Gotta let niggas know that you have it. And all you be doing is bragging. Garcia, take us into the break.
So thank you so much for joining us here on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We come to you by ways of Radio Regent Live. Check their handle out on Instagram. We are syndicated on iHeartRadio. Again, we talk about all the foolishness on the internet, and we give you the Black perspective. And thank you again. And I'm just going to go right into that.
Wow.
Sheba has read.
Wow.
And I want to put a bit of respect on London on the Track's name. I want to take a moment. As an artist, he has worked with everyone. This man can get any he can get access to any writers, any samples, any musicians that exist because he is a hit maker. He's a certified hit maker. Summer coming around and saying, oh, you needed me is just somewhat ridiculous. Like, this man, 2 Chainz, Drake, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, like the biggest names. If you don't mind, Sharp, Elton John, like for all I know, Lady Gaga, even within the top 40 white pop artists, they are all out here looking for London on the Track. And you're out here saying that he needs you?
Girl, I don't know. Maybe it's the surgery she got done. Maybe it's all going to her brain.
This is another one, and I'm completely jumping in. Sorry, I know Rob has got something to say, but let me be very clear about the type of person that y'all ladies are out here saying Summer is, but, and I quote, London calling and DM me everyone around me because he blocked. Talking about if you care about Summer, get that nigga away from her, she wrote. So if anything happens to me, it was him. Ghetto baby daddy from hell. I be minding my business and never call him unless it's about the well-being of my child. Shaking my head, crazy MF, and that nigga has been raising your child since 2 months cause you ain't shit and I wouldn't help me. You need to stop threatening people and tell him thank you, fucking weirdo. Okay, that was because her and London got into a situation and she's claiming that her baby already has a stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
Their baby was born in March.
Yes.
The baby is not even 8 months old yet because it was born at the end of March. She's claiming that there has been a new man in her life since the baby was 2 months old, which means that was in May or June. And she's referring to this man as the baby's stepdaddy and is saying that this man is taking care of the child more than London is.
Yeah, he needs somewhere to stay.
Girl, you just had your 6-week checkup. Let me be clear. For people who have never had a baby,
She off recorded.
when you have a baby, your insides get moved around. Just in case you didn't know, okay? Your insides are moved around because a whole human being ripped out through. When you are leaving the hospital, the doctor says to you, do not insert anything, okay, into your womb until after your 6-week checkup. This is normal. So after 6 weeks, they either give you the go ahead and insert anything into your pum pum, or they say, no, you still need some healing to do. So 6 weeks, 2 months, that's 2 weeks between the two. 8 weeks is what the equivalent 2 months. So girl, that baby and the doctor just maybe gave you clearance and you're telling me you had another man just up in your pum pum when your baby is 2 months old? How, Sway?
I think that advice is given with the assumption that you're still with
the baby
kid's
daddy
father too. I think if they know you done broke up with him and you were a new dude, they might advise a longer time period for healing purposes.
So, y'all ladies who have made her your queen of R&B, I really want you to reconsider what you're talking about, because I am sorry.
Why?
How is London on the Track the villain when, and I'm going to say this, and it pisses women off when I say this, we choose to have these babies. I chose after having one, I didn't want any more. I was never going to be baby mama anything. I'm very forthcoming. I was married before. I also chose not to have a baby with my husband because he had 2 previous women who had babies. I'm choosing not to have a baby with him, and he will be my future husband because he's got 2, and it doesn't matter if I'm 42, I can still say I want a baby. Why would I do that to myself and the child?
Why? I'm gonna be asking her.
No, I know you won't be asking, it ain't gonna happen. But again, we make these choices, but don't hold ourselves accountable for the repercussions. Having a baby is a choice. That's why it's called pro-choice. Yes, but it's still a choice. So when you choose to have a baby with a man with whom 3 previous women did the same, do you think you're different?
And let's be honest, it's only one person's choice.
It's the woman's choice.
It's the woman's choice. Because look at myself, right? If I chose, sure, I could have 12 kids running running behind me. I could very well have that. But guess what? We live in the time of technology and innovation. We literally can choose even after we've had sex. We can choose to even decide, nah, and go get a pill.
Plan
That
B.
is how innovative we are in this space. We don't have to do anything as women. The same way how we chose to either take or not take the vaccine is the same way we had the choice to decide to have children with a man or not have children with a man.
So why are you angry and making a whole thing about, like, listen, I think I would have been fine with this album when you guys were on the planning call and said, Sheba, she has a song called Fourth Baby Mama. That's when I lost it. Because I thought to myself, baby girl, that was a choice. And now you have millions of females and little girls, because somebody's going to make their little girl, because people don't be watching what their kids are doing these days. No. And some 12-year-old or 11-year-old or 10-year-old is now streaming summer albums, full album on blast, saying, oh yeah, this is my jam. No, I'm sorry. This is not the crap your kids need to be. I don't want to be honest, want my 20-year-old to listen to it if I had a choice. But for them not letting the I would not knowingly let Danny listen to this, not knowingly. If she wants to go sneak around and hear with her friends, there's nothing I can do. But if I knowingly think she's going to be bopping Summer Walker's album at 12, you must be kidding me. This is not a role model. So why did she got 200? They said that this album may beat Beyonce's Lemonade album. That's how much streams it has.
And Lemonade made sense. Well, here's another point to me that just like, I'm just like so kind of flabbergasted by the whole movement behind this girl. Is like, she's doing this to herself.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, she
it's
is.
all
like,
on her.
We throw these terms of like, we live in 2021, and I never thought I'd be sounding like the old guy or nothing like that. And I'm definitely not a big, huge advocate of marriage. But look, it makes way more sense to get married after 6 months than it does to have somebody's baby.
Thank you, Rob. A little louder for the people in the back.
You would think it's common sense.
Isn't it easier, less painful, more value right now? Just get married,
right? Because then
as opposed to pushing out a whole kid.
It doesn't work. You get a divorce. You both go your separate ways.
And
y'all move on.
Because kids are at least an 18-year commitment, and I don't see a lot of 18-year relationships going out here. Not relationships. You see 18-year marriages.
Yeah, we will not be in an 18-year relationship. I'm getting a ring.
18-year relationships.
What are we talking about?
You do. I mean, you do. And it's usually when those people are just like, Well, but they're not going anywhere. There's not no, like, I don't get it. But like, we live in a world where seriously, like, meet someone, get pregnant, have the baby, like, oh, we're going to figure this out together.
No.
But if he got down on one knee and proposed, you'd be like, he's weird. He asked me to marry him.
For 6 months. But you can have his baby.
But you can have his baby?
Right.
I don't. And thank you, my girl, Chantel is on. Thank you for the applause. She liked what you saying, baby.
Thank you.
Right? Because it's crazy to, and listen, and I get it, right? I get it. Children are supposed to be a blessing. And I say the word supposed. Children are supposed to be a blessing. But when you use them in the midst of a war between you and their father, they don't seem like so much of a blessing anymore.
No, and you're setting up that child for a traumatic emotional breakdown. And that's the reality. Some people come to me and they tell me about their kids and and because I know how that child was begotten, I say, well, you do kind of realize it's kind of on you.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. There's some women that some women should not be allowed to have children, and Summer Walker is one of them, because she's already messed up in her mind. So imagine this poor kid now when this kid turns 18, like, and this is her parent who's, living with her mother, who's Summer Walker, who's already messed up enough as it is. What's she telling this kid?
To disrespect his grandmother.
I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your ass.
Man.
Why were you telling? Why were you telling the world? Grandma should whoop daddy's ass.
Much hate already
Really?
into this like 8-month-old baby. This is about the
And
father, the grandmother. Listen.
Hold on, let me read this one. Come on, Shanti Clean Panty said people can't even have a year relationship, let alone 18 years. They're keeping these kids as souvenirs of their failed relationship.
Yes.
Girl, not a souvenir.
Yes.
Is that what I said?
Yes. And they're walking around
Souvenir.
with these children, and the children look like their father. And every day they look at their kid, and they are constantly reminded of the bad choices they made.
Well,
they constantly remember the conversations they didn't have before. Because again, communication could have saved you a lot of time and energy. And the dishonor they have of themselves. Protect your womb, protect your seed.
they don't have no time to protect their seed.
Let me ask a
Yeah.
question. How does it go? Research, right? Again, Summer Walker had to research her plastic surgeons. She had to go out. She probably made sure that they were board certified, probably spoke to a lot of people, looked at the before and afters of the kind of work that they did, probably scoured their social media. She did a whole lot of research. If you got a man with 3 baby mamas, you might want to do some research, right? I'm thinking, I'm going to call baby mama number 1. I'm going to call baby mama number 2. I'm going to call baby mama number 3. And then I'm going to have a communal meeting with baby mamas 1 through 3 and my man, where we're going to figure out what is it that we need to do better this time to make sure that I don't have to write a song called Fourth Baby Mama.
Honestly, Sheba, and everyone is different.
I mean, if I'm going to choose, I would never choose to be a fourth. First of all, I am not anybody's baby mama. I have a child for a man. I am the mother of somebody's child.
No,
And it was his first child. And we were 21 and 24. I'm not nobody's baby mama. Let me just start there. Go ahead.
Y'all missing the point, ladies.
That's too logical?
If you have to sit down with 3
Thank
other
you,
women,
Rob.
doesn't it kind of mean you for the streets? Like, damn, like what does it take y'all to London to tell you he for the streets? You shouldn't be doing this with me. Like, I'm gonna be with somebody else in 2 years.
And he's gonna get
Like,
girlfriend.
he's gonna tell, and he got a new one in another year and a half. Like,
Every year it'll be a
London will tell you this if you straight up ask him. Just like Stevie J, just like most producers will. Like, yo, bro, just like I be having a desire to work on a new song, I got a desire to work on a new relationship. Okay? Because old relationships don't do it for me. And that's okay. I can't blame the blender, but I can't blame the strawberries for jumping in there.
No.
You said a whole word. That's gonna be a clip.
And that's it. That is just plainly it. We are talking about women that have decided that they are not going to look out for themselves. They're literally throwing themselves just out there. And we know now that, you know, someone like Summer, she doesn't really know how to make good choices. We see that in the way how she's decided to, I mean, this album is whatever, but even her behavior in the social media world, the contracts that she's signed, she needs to heal, y'all. She needs to stop. That's what she needs to do.
So on her song titled You Don't Know Me, she says, we lost in translation. I'm honestly running out of patience. Communication just don't seem to work. You've got it figured out in your head. And you in denial about all that shit that you be saying. I'm trying to help us if you just listen to what I need. I can't tell you when, but now we don't have everything. The chorus states, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Like I know you. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Like I know you. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a lot. Long flights, long nights, fast cars, it never stops. But you could take a minute just to pay attention to me for once. You should know my body by now. You should know my mind by now. And it don't seem to matter how many times I try. But cry, I say it nice, yell it loud, write it down. I'm tired. You should just commit once. I shouldn't have to run. It should be for fun, like, you should just really know how to touch. Never ask for way too much. You yourself
I'm
said
done.
he doesn't
Here's
know
the
you.
thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's the
done.
thing, girl. How is
I'm
anyone
done.
supposed to know you unless you have the conversation? And another thing I want to say is that London on the Track was never living up in secret nowhere. It was no big secret about the relationships that he had previously. He has been very open and public. It's always been out there. So, girl, why are you acting like you literally started a relationship with someone who was a mystery person?
I can tell you how some of that happens, and this is through some personal experience. Men, when a woman doesn't lay down the guidelines, requirements, the rules, and you sleep with them, he assumes it's casual.
Oh, fair.
That's fair.
But in 2021, women, there's a class of women that assume that when you sleep with them, you're in a relationship. So you see how that's confusing?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So
Yes,
you don't start sleeping with a man and then tell him all of the things that he needs to do to keep sleeping with you. But I see why they go about that approach, because if you would have did that up front, he probably wouldn't have slept with you. So it's like, I call it emotional terrorism. It's like you get a man involved with you, and then you start revealing more and more and more about who you really are.
Oh, I had requirements.
And then when the man is kind of like, oh, snap.
I thought we were just doing a thing.
Was kind of just in this casually because you didn't say all of this at the beginning. And now he wants to move on.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm pregnant.
No, that whole part of the reason why, I don't have and you don't have loads of kids behind is because of that very thing that Toshiba said. I have requirements. Trust and believe. The conversation happens before anything over there is gonna happen.
Thank you.
The conversation happens because I have self-control.
Well, that too.
And I'm sure you've had the experience where a guy said, you know what? I appreciate that. On second thought, check, please. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this, and I'm going to go about my business.
That's fine.
And you don't feel any kind of way about it.
Nope.
It's like
It's
you feel better rather than
it is fine.
Go jump in bed with him and then try to tell him all that stuff, and he does the same thing.
Thank you for saving me the headache of having to write a whole album or becoming a baby mom. No, seriously. Do you understand how much easier? Like, I was very clear with him. I told him again, like, I would have not signed up for 4 kids and 2 baby mamas. He had shown that he was in a place where he could commit. He had a wife. He made that decision in his 20s. He knows how to settle down. These were characteristics of this man that I fell in love with. Had he just been spreading his seed all around, even within the marriage, they waited years before they had their first child together in the marriage. Again, a planner, strategic, all of the things that women, if you have your list and you're looking for, yes, do I care for 4 kids and two baby mamas? No. But I also understood this was a man that had all of these things.
How did he respond to it is what matters.
Okay? Not a man who, again, willy-nilly just had some baby mamas out there.
And a bunch of crazy, bad, failed relationships behind it. The relationships are definitely failed, and they're definitely crazy. But this makes me feel like, oh, wow, what I was going through pales in comparison. Because this just sounds like pure chaos. And it does trigger me a certain bit because, again, there's zero accountability of it. It's all London. 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 It's no summer. It's no summer. And I'm like, and the fact that is what's got so much traction. Like, we were talking about some things about her book earlier, and I was like, yo, you better start making up like I beat you or something like that, because that shit ain't gonna sell. It's not enough drama because they want Summer Walker. You know what I'm saying?
It was like, baby, you gotta rewrite the book.
They don't want because I'm kind of anti-dramatic compared to what they got going on, fast cars and all that. But yeah, you got y'all got baby seats and Lambos and all this kind of crazy stuff. Like what is going on around there? Like it just seems like too much. Like and stepfather, like how that term just it does that. So
your baby is 8 months old,
and he's a stepdad.
8 months old
already. Did he sign any papers?
How can you be a stepdad when you just met the kid like a couple months ago? Well, you just met him.
She's capping. She could be
capping
the whole thing to try to get around.
How can the new guy possibly have more motivation to do right by the kid than his own daddy? That's why she says some of the things she says about like liabilities and bringing it on to them. It's like, ladies, again, no man has more motivation to do right by your children than their father. So again, if you had your child with a man who has zero concerns about being a dad, good luck
finding a man who's going to care so much about your children are liabilities to other people. Children again are not
like you might just out at the club like you got a kid that needs a good schooling in his future, you know what I'm saying? I got some money I'm looking to put into a educational fund to make sure this kid goes to a good university. Like no. Because again, men are trying to protect their resources for their legacy and their offspring.
And with that, we're going to wind it up. And ladies, we're going to go around as usual in alphabetical order for final thoughts.
My final thought is this. Just remember, if you are in the situation of a Summer Walker and you're the fourth baby mama and you've got a new man on dial and you're claiming he's the stepdad, just remember that he might have kids that he needs to care and take care of from another relationship. How messy are you going to get when you got more of that? Stop the madness, as we say here, cancel delusion, cancel the illusion, and just start taking care of your child. Work on your mind. That's all I gotta say. And stop glamorizing being a baby mama because there's nothing glamorous about it.
Yeah, there's nothing glamorous. My takeaway was gonna be, instead of getting a baby, try to aim for the ring. That's it. Aim for the wedding ring and stop aiming for the baby.
Stop thinking the baby gonna get you the ring. Yeah, that's stupid.
That the baby doesn't get you. I agree. Listen,
baby doesn't get
all of what you said. I'm gonna take from Garcia. Definitely work on your mindset. And if you're really going to be doing stuff, get the ring before the baby pops out. Just like our girl was saying, people are out here having kids as souvenirs. Like kids go with you everywhere. And also, please, for the love of God, parents, do not have your preteen little girls listening to Summer Walker talking about that's my jam. Honestly, do better. Because if Danny ever wants to talk about, let me hear her streaming any kind of, she don't even have headphones to put on to be streaming Summer Walker on anything. Because she's not hashtag gold. Let's just say that.
I got asked if I had a type, and I remember I said, beautiful, intelligent, and crazy. Beautiful, dumb, and crazy just ain't gonna work out. Like it throws the mix off so much that it's not sexy. And this whole topic has been dumb and crazy. Like I just don't really do dumb. That's why we have so much fun with the internet. So y'all keep being dumb, so we have stuff to talk about.
Exactly. It's just great content for us.
Yeah, we need people to keep being dumb out here. But if you want to be smart, just do better.
That part. Telly, take us out.
Well, everyone, that's it. That's the end of our show. We hope you enjoyed it because we sure did. Thank you so much. A huge thank you to Radio Regent for putting up with us and our interesting combos. Thank you so much, iHeartRadio. Listen to us there. We stream every Saturday at 7 p.m. If you're not following us right now on Instagram, follow us on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We have a YouTube page under the same name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Like, subscribe, and share. Join our Facebook page or Meta, whatever Facebook is called these days. Just join it. Find us under the same handle, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. We love hearing from you guys. DM us, give us some ideas if you have a topic you want to talk about. We'll consider it. And yo, don't be afraid of us. Request to go live. We don't bite. Come and talk to us. We'd love to get your opinion on how you feel and what your vibe is. You're vibing with us. She is Persia. I am Telly. She's Queen Chiba. Robbie Rob 3.
Hey, y'all have a great Saturday.
Till next time, everyone.
Please stop listening to this album so much. Seriously.
Good night.